This is an extended Yoga Nidra practice. So let's start by bringing ourselves into Shavasana, the corpse pose. Trying to make ourselves as comfortable as possible lying on the floor. If you're happy to have your legs extended, let's have some space between the heels and let the feet fall out to the sides. Alternatively, you might prefer to have your knees bent and the soles of your feet resting on the floor, which might be more comfortable for your lower back. The important thing here is to be as comfortable as you can make yourself. And then let's spend some time refining our points of alignment in Shavasana to help support the relaxation of body and mind. Firstly, scrunching up your toes tight and spreading them wide and letting go. Relaxing the skin on the soles of your feet and moving to your ankles, checking in with your ankles to see how they're feeling, and then seeing if there's anything you can do to relax them. Moving up to your calves, let's relax the calf muscles. Moving up to your knees, acknowledging how they're feeling, and then relaxing them. Moving up to the thighs, relaxing the muscles in the thighs. And then just for a moment, being aware of the weight of each leg heavy against the floor. And then continuing up the body, we'll squeeze the buttocks tight for a few seconds and release. You might like to lengthen your lower back by shuffling your tailbone forwards, and you might like to broaden your upper back by putting a bit of space in between your shoulder blades, shuffling them apart so the upper back makes a little better contact with the mat beneath it. The arms away from the sides of the body with some space at the armpits. The palms turned upwards, the backs of the hands resting on the floor. And then drawing your hands into fists, squeezing tight, spreading your fingers wide, and letting go. Letting your arms feel heavy and relaxed, relaxing your shoulders, relaxing the armpits, and then stretching out the neck by drawing the chin down towards the chest, before releasing the head back to the floor. Relaxing the jaw, scrunching up the facial muscles tight for a second or two, and then releasing, feeling that tension melt away. The tongue soft and relaxed in your lower jaw, and your eyes heavy and relaxed behind your closed eyelids. Letting your brow feel broad and smooth, letting the crown of the head feel relaxed. And then observing the whole of the body and noticing if there are any parts that remain uncomfortable or tight or tense. And if you find a part of the body that is uncomfortable or tight or tense, see if you can send your breath there. And as you breathe out, letting that part of the body relax and soften. And then taking a long, deep breath in through the nostrils and sighing the breath out through the mouth and breathing like this a couple more rounds. Long, deep breath in through the nostrils, sighing the breath out through the mouth, and using each out-breath as an opportunity to let go, to drop into the floor a little more than before. And then saying to yourself mentally, I'm relaxing my whole body, I'm relaxing my whole body, I'm relaxing my whole body. I'm relaxing my mind, I'm relaxing my mind, I'm relaxing my mind. And now, let your body go. And bring your awareness to your breath. And just observing your usual, normal, comfortable breath. avoiding any temptation to control the breath, to get involved, to interfere. Let's just let the breath get on with itself, and acting as an impartial witness, watching it rise and fall, and rise again and fall again, and so on. And as you breathe in, know that you're breathing in. And as you breathe out, know that you're breathing out. Maybe even saying to yourself, I am breathing in, I'm breathing out. I know that I'm breathing in, I know that I'm breathing out. So here we are, identifying the in-breath as the in-breath, and identifying the out-breath as the out-breath. And as soon as we pay attention to the in-breath and to the out-breath, something very important happens. We become present. And in daily life, we're very often not present. Our mind is elsewhere. It's in a different place. It's in the past maybe, or it's projected off into the future. And so we're not really there in the present moment where everything is happening. But bringing your attention to your breath helps you to bring body and mind together, and helps you to really be where you are. So the next time you breathe in, you can breathe in consciously and say to yourself, breathing in, I'm calming my body. Breathing out, I smile. Breathing in, I'm calming my body. Breathing out, I smile. Helping mind and body to become one, to bring about union of body and mind. And the word union is one way that we can translate the word yoga. This conscious breathing helps us to be alive, to be present, to be alive to the present moment. And life can only be found in the present moment. To help you maintain your breath awareness, you might like to observe some of the different qualities of your breath. For instance, the depth of your breath, noticing whether it seems deep or whether it seems shallow. But avoiding as best you can any temptation to judge what you observe. As long as you're not holding your breath, you can't get this wrong. So, noticing whether it's deep or whether it's shallow. You might like to notice whether your breath feels smooth or maybe a bit rough around the edges. You might notice whether your breath seems fast, whether it seems slow. Again, without any judgment. What's happening is happening, and you're just observing that. Or you might like to notice where there is movement in the body. What's expanding as you breathe in? What's contracting as you breathe out? Where you can feel pressure against your clothing as you breathe in, and that release as you breathe out. And as best you can, keeping your attention on your breath, developing a real interest in this breath, and the next, and the next. Now inevitably, thoughts will arise and try to drag you off into the past or into the future or to somewhere else completely. And if that happens, that's fine. That's the nature of the mind. The trick is just to notice. And when when you do notice, let's just bring the attention back to the breath. If thoughts continue to arise, we can just let them go. We don't have to get involved. We can just gently steer our attention back to our breath. Patiently, persistently, returning our focus to the breath. And if thoughts continue to arise, rather than letting this become a source of frustration, remind yourself that this is completely normal. This is what the mind does. Its nature is to be restless. So let's accept this as part of the journey. And now moving away from the breath, let's take our awareness to the sounds we can hear. The sounds we can hear outside of the room, outside of the building where you're lying. Noticing each distinct sound, moving from one to the next, without becoming attached to the sound, or without trying to work out what its source is. And now bringing your awareness to those sounds that you can hear closer to you, sounds within the room. But again, not becoming attached to any of the sounds, or trying to find out where they're coming from. Just hearing them as sounds. And then returning your awareness to your usual, normal, comfortable breath. Now let's move into the practice of Yoga Nidra, saying to yourself, I will remain awake throughout the practice. And now it's time to make our resolution, our sankalpa, a short, positive statement, something simple like, I love and I am loved, or I am strong in body and mind, or I am peaceful and contented. Just something short and simple, and then repeating your resolution to yourself 3 times. And now, forgetting your resolution completely, say to yourself, I am practicing Yoga Nidra. I will remain awake throughout the practice. And now let's move into our rotation of consciousness practice. Moving the conscious awareness systematically around the body. I'll name a part of the body. I'd like you to become aware of it, and then we'll just keep moving round. There's no need to concentrate, no need to control your breathing. Just taking it easy, listening to the instructions and moving with me. And we'll start with taking our attention to the right hand thumb, the right forefinger, the right middle finger, the ring finger, the little finger, the back of your right hand, the palm of your right hand, your right wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, and the right shoulder. Moving to the right armpit, the right side of your ribs, the right side of your waist, your right hip, your right thigh, your right kneecap, your right calf muscle, your right ankle, your right heel, the sole of the right foot, the top of the right foot, the right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and little toe. And then moving over to the left hand thumb, the forefinger, middle finger, ring finger, and little finger, the back of the left hand, the palm of the left hand, the left wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, and shoulder. Moving to the left armpit, the left side of your ribs, the left side of your waist, your left hip, your left thigh, the kneecap, calf muscle, ankle, and heel. Moving to the sole of the left foot, the top of the left foot, the left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and little toe. Moving now to your right shoulder blade, and then to your left shoulder blade. Being aware of your right buttock pressing into the floor, and then your left buttock, and then moving to the base of the spine. And as you breathe in, drawing your awareness slowly up the spine through each of your vertebrae till you reach the back of your neck and then the back of your head. And then to the crown of the head, the right side of the head and the left side of the head, the right ear and the left ear, and then moving to the forehead, the right eyebrow, the left eyebrow, the eyebrow center, the right eyelid, the left eyelid, the right eye, the left eye, the right cheek, the left cheek, the tip of your nose, your right nostril, your left nostril, the upper lip, the lower lip, the chin, and the jaw. Moving your awareness to your throat, to the right collarbone, the left collarbone, the right side of your chest, the left side of your chest, the center of your chest, the upper abdomen, the lower abdomen, your pelvis, and your navel. And then being aware of the whole of the right arm, resting heavy against the floor. And then being aware of the whole of your left arm, resting against the floor. And then being aware of both arms at the same time. Being aware of the whole of your right leg. Being aware of the whole of your left leg. And then being aware of both legs at the same time. Being aware of the whole of the back of the body. Being aware of the whole of the front of the body. Being aware of the whole trunk together. Being aware of the whole head together. and then being aware of the whole body. The whole of your body lying heavy and relaxed on the floor. The whole body together. The whole body together. And now bringing your awareness to witness your natural breath, observing each inhalation and exhalation through the nostrils. And now starting mentally counting down your breaths in reverse, beginning at 27. So, breathing in, breathing out, 27. Breathing in, breathing out, 26, and so on, until you reach 1, without making any mistakes. If you lose count, just starting again from 27. And remember, it's your natural breath, so there's no need to change it. Just counting each breath in and out. And now, wherever you've got to, let's stop counting and leave the breath behind. We're going to use the power of our imaginations to experience certain sensations. So lying completely relaxed on the floor, using your imagination to create a sensation of heat in the body. And starting to become hotter and hotter and hotter. Trying to experience the sensation of heat throughout the entire body. Recalling the feeling of being very hot on a hot summer's day, lying in the sun. Trying to create that sensation of heat in the body now. Trying to feel the sensation of heat as you've experienced it in the past. Awareness of heat. Awareness of heat. And now reversing that feeling to try to feel a sensation of cold in the body. Imagining you're standing outside in an icy wind, in thin clothing. Trying to feel the sensation of your bare feet on a cold floor. Maybe imagining yourself lying on a block of ice, trying to create a sense of coldness in the body through conscious effort, trying to experience this coldness, trying to have an awareness of coldness, an awareness of coldness. And now trying to awaken an experience of heaviness throughout the whole body, feeling the body becoming heavier and heavier and heavier, as if the body is made from a heavy material such as stone or metal. The body becoming so heavy that even if you wanted to, you'd be unable to lift any part of the body. So heavy that you're starting to leave an indentation in the floor. Experiencing this feeling of heaviness in the whole body, an awareness of heaviness. And then becoming aware of this heaviness in different parts of the body. Heaviness in the toes and the heels, heaviness in the ankles, in the calves, in the knees, heaviness in the thighs, the buttocks, the back of the body, heaviness in the abdomen, the chest, the shoulders, the arms, the hands, heaviness in the eyelids, heaviness in the whole body, heaviness in the whole of the body. And now experiencing the sensation of lightness in the body. Feeling the body becoming lighter and lighter and lighter, as if it was completely weightless. Starting to feel so light that it's all you can do to keep yourself in contact with the floor. The whole body becoming lighter and lighter, and feeling this lightness in each part of the body. Lightness in your toes and your heels, lightness in the ankles, feeling light in the calves and the knees and the thighs, light in the buttocks and the back, in the abdomen and the chest, light in the shoulders, the arms, in the hands, concentrating on all the points of the body in contact with the floor and experiencing this lightness. And then starting to feel yourself floating up away from the floor, feeling so light that you're floating up towards the ceiling. An awareness of lightness. Awareness of lightness. Now we're going to develop awareness of the whole body and become aware of the space the body occupies. So becoming aware of the whole body, lying heavy and relaxed against the floor, and becoming aware of the specific points where the body and floor meet. Those subtle physical points of contact between body and floor, and feeling those meeting points between the back of your head and the floor, feeling the contact between your shoulder blades and the floor, feeling the contact of your elbows and the floor, feeling the contact of the backs of your hands against the floor. Feeling the contact of your buttocks against the floor. Feeling the contact of your calves against the floor. Feeling the contact of your heels against the floor. And then being aware of all those meeting points between the body and the floor. Being aware of that sensation of all points simultaneously and evenly pressing into the floor. Continuing to feel these points clearly and distinctly. And then switching your attention to your eyelids, and just being aware of that narrow line of contact between the upper and lower eyelids, those sharp points of contact where the two meet. And then intensifying your awareness of the line of contact between the eyelids. And now switching your attention to your lips, centering your attention on that thin line of contact between the upper lip and the lower lip, and the spaces between the lips. And now moving on, I'm going to name some different objects and scenes, and I want you to try to develop an image of them in your mind's eye with as much detail as you can. And the first object is a burning candle. So let's create an image in the mind's eye of a burning candle, and noticing what you can about the image you've created. Maybe the flame is steady, maybe the flame's flickering. Maybe there's some background to your image, maybe not. Maybe there are some sounds that accompany your image. And now let's move on to create an image of an endless desert. An endless desert stretching off to the horizon. And now creating in your mind's eye an image of an Egyptian pyramid. An image of an Egyptian pyramid. And now moving on to create in your mind's eye an image of torrential rain. An image of torrential rain. Maybe it's something you've experienced in the past and you're drawing it from memory. Maybe it's something created completely within your imagination. Noting if there are any sounds or smells that accompany your image. A scene of torrential rain. And then moving on again to create in your mind's eye an image of a range of snow-capped mountains. A range of snow-capped mountains. Maybe drawing on your memory of a place that you visited, a scene that you've witnessed in the past. Or maybe created completely from your imagination. A range of snow-capped mountains. And now creating in your mind's eye an image of a Greek temple at sunrise. A Greek temple at sunrise. And moving on again, this time to create in your mind's eye an image of a coffin beside a grave. An image of a coffin beside a grave. And now in your mind's eye, creating an image of birds flying across a golden sunset. a flock of birds flying across a golden sunset. And maybe there are sounds that accompany this image in your mind's eye. And now in your mind's eye, creating an image of red clouds drifting. Red clouds lazily drifting in the sky. And now creating an image of a cross above a church. An image of a cross above a church. And moving on again to create an image of a star-filled night sky. A star-filled night sky. And now in your mind's eye, creating an image of a full moon. An image of a full moon. Moving on again to create an image of a smiling Buddha. A smiling Buddha. And now moving on to create an image of a deserted beach with waves washing against the shore of this beach. And as you look at the image you've created, noticing as much detail as you can, noticing where in the world this beach might be. Maybe somewhere tropical, maybe not. Noticing the time of day. Maybe noticing whether the waves are just lapping against the shore or whether they're crashing against the shore. Waves breaking on a deserted beach. And then turning your gaze to look out to the restless sea. The eternal, restless sea. And then returning to your normal, natural, comfortable breath. Observing each inhalation, observing each exhalation, noticing the feeling of each inhalation, and noticing the feeling of each exhalation. And now starting to become aware of the whole of the body and feeling how it's lying totally relaxed, supported by the floor beneath you. Becoming aware of the position of your body within the room and keeping your eyes closed, but starting to visualize the room around you. Hearing all the different sounds coming from the outside of the room. And remembering where you are, but continuing to keep the eyes closed. And now let's return to the resolution you made at the beginning of the practice, and repeating this resolution to yourself 3 times mentally. And then starting to bring some movement into your fingers and some movement into your toes, circling your wrists, circling your ankles. Bringing the feet together, the arms into the sides, palms facing down, and then taking a long breath in, lifting your arms up overhead, stretching into your fingertips, and as you breathe out, bringing your knees into the chest and giving them a good hug, rocking from one side to the other, until it's time for you to roll onto your right hand side, and then bringing yourself into a comfortable seated position. Taking a long breath in, lifting the arms up overhead, stretching through the sides and into the fingertips, Folding forward from the hips as you breathe out. Lifting the arms once again as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, bringing your hands into prayer position. The practice is complete.